What is happening, Gothamites? K-Wing here, and we have an amazing rumor to go over that may not be a rumor because of the Batgirl leaks. Robin is supposedly being cast, and 5 actors are gunning for the part. More right after this. Alrighty then, so what is going on in the world of the DCEU? Well, as you know, the Batgirl casting happened real fast last year in, I believe, July, where Zoe, Leslie, and Isabel and some other actress, I don't really remember, were all vying for the part. And of course, Leslie got it, which was technically a controversial casting at the time. And, people wanted a character that looked like Batgirl. And Leslie got the part. She's been working really hard, so we'll see what happens with that. And not long after she was revealed as Batgirl, I believe it was 3 weeks after we did the whole rumor that casting was happening. So right now the same thing is happening because Batgirl is shooting and they're supposedly looking for their Robin. And these are the rumored actors that are attached to play the role of Dick Grayson. Joshua Bassett, who's 21. Dylan O'Brien, Aladdin actor. Mena, Massoud. Jacob Elordi, I have no idea who that is. And Ludi, I know who he is. He is a Power Ranger, the Black Ranger from the 2017 film. And he is also Liu Kang in the Mortal Kombat movies. Nice guy. So he's my pick. I know. I'm really biased, but he's a martial artist. Nice guy. He could be a leading romance for Barbara Gordon, for Leslie Grace. And natural acrobat. So I'd say that's a win for me. So he's my pick. Probably won't get it, just like I picked Zoe to be Batgirl, but I'm going to give Ludi a shot. The Aladdin actor, I haven't really seen him in enough. I know he hasn't been cast in a lot of things, so Warner Brothers would probably lean toward that casting, although I've heard that Joshua Bassett already said that he's been cast as Robin or cast in a major role. And this guy is a babyface 21-year-old who would make him, really young compared to Barbara Gordon, who Leslie Grace is 27. So, yeah. But anyway, before we continue the casting rumors, let's just squash a couple things first. The internet is kind of acting crazy, like it always does, saying that people are upset that they whitewashed Keaton's Robin. And I just want to debunk this right now. This world that is happening in the Batgirl is not the Burtonverse. And also, the terrible 89 Batman comics are not canon to the Burton films. Let me say that again. They are not canon to the Burton films. Sam Hamm was fired by Tim Burton during his script of Batman 2. He couldn't even cut it for Batman Returns, and Burton yeeted him and got somebody else talented to write Batman Returns. And would have had, I believe, the same, I think it was a husband and wife team that wrote Batman Returns, and then they reprised their script for Burton's ideas for Batman 3, which, just so you know, Batman Continues doesn't exist. There's no script. There's ideas in Timmy's head, but there was never a script made. There's never been an official Robin for Keaton. That is a Sam Hamm fan fiction. So it's not going to be the type of Robin that you're thinking it would be, because this is an all-new universe. Also, to the Snyder fans, let me address you guys real quick, because sometimes I'm one of you, and other times I'm against you because of what Zack did to Robin, Dick Grayson. Never forgiven it, never going to forget it. But let's just explain, okay? So, the Robin that is seen in the Batgirl universe is not dead Dick Grayson from Ben's universe. What is going to happen, and you can quote me on this, most likely from what I've heard, is that the Flash movie creates a branched reality at the end of the movie where one of the Flashes goes back to the Snyder Cut, which is intact and fine, and the studios can pull from if they need to. Like, if their entire DC lineup fails, they have a backup plan with the Snyderverse. Justice League 2, the original plan, all that stuff. Supposedly. Henry Cavill, probably not Ben Affleck. They're probably going to recast him because Ben's done. But more on that in a future video. But that would be in its own little branch reality that is untouchable. However, the new reality that is kind of a combination of the Burtonverse and all these other things, one of the Barry Allens is going to reset that world into a DC rebirth. In this world, going forward, okay, Keaton's Batman would have always been the Batman of this new Earth. And he would have had a Robin Dick Grayson from this new Earth. So for a lot of Ben's accomplishments and Keaton's accomplishments, they would remain, except Batman would be much older. 50s, 60s probably, with a grown-up Robin who is either Nightwing now or is still Robin. And he's probably in his late 20s, maybe. I don't know, not really sure. All depends who they cast. I don't think this Joshua Bassett kid could pull off a 26 or 7-year-old. Ludi Lin, and probably, I'm going to say that Dylan O'Brien guy, maybe, but I haven't really seen much from him. I have a feeling that Joshua kid is going to be cast because he was bragging on his Twitter a little while ago, oh, I'm in this big motion picture, and I was just like, oh, please, please, please don't let him be Robin. He's a kid. I mean, Leslie Grace is 27, he's 21. She could be playing a younger version, but I don't know. She is a police officer in this Batgirl world, so I'm going to say she's probably playing a 25-year-old maybe, and if Robin is a little kid, or not a kid, but young, usually when a 21-year-old's involved, that means they're playing an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old, something like that. Just like when they would have Power Rangers actors who were in their mid-20s, they played teenagers. Sometimes Hollywood does that based on how a character looks. So, but all you need to understand is that Snyder, Keaton, universes separate. Flash creates New Earth. Keaton has always been Batman for a very long time, 30-plus years. He had a Robin, Dick Grayson, probably didn't die because they're literally casting someone to play Dick Grayson, so very hopeful for this. And Batgirl is starting out. She's been probably a fan of Batman and Robin. And what this means is we're probably going to get an on-screen romance, or at least banter, between Batgirl and Robin, because they're looking for an actor that can fulfill multiple roles. Someone who is charming, someone who is handsome, someone who can, act, probably someone with some comedic stuff. Ludi Lin has been on some funny things. The Aladdin movie had some comedy elements, but it felt kind of forced. The other guys, I don't know. I don't know about Joshua. I don't know about the different people I mentioned. So, sorry. I only know 2 actors, vaguely, because I've seen their work. I've seen Ludi's work more than I've seen Aladdin's, but, I mean, that's just me. I will say this, though, because I want to squash one rumor. The Chris McKay Nightwing movie, there's no update. I know Grace, once again, said the Nightwing movie is being buzzed about. Not from any of the sources I know that are associated with the Nightwing film. It's quiet. There was an update in November of 2021 where, once again, Chris McKay said he wants to do the movie. He is still at the helm for the movie, but the studio, Warner Brothers, still has it on the shelf. There's no update. That isn't to say, after this actor is cast as Robin, he couldn't show up in, say, Chris McKay's movie if he wants to, because McKay knows the Snyderverse and Dick Grayson are back, basically, in some capacity. Dick Grayson is no longer the dead Robin, which everybody hated, by the way. I hate to bring up the past, but I was never okay with Dick Grayson being the dead Robin. I was on the camp of it needs to be Jason Todd so we can get Red Hood. And, Nightwing needs to come back and kind of set his dad straight, who's becoming this murderous monster. And, Zach's vision was there was going to be no more Robin, which everybody hated because that meant no Jason Todd, no Tim Drake, no Damian, no Stephanie, nobody. Because Batman would never, ever get another Squire because Dick Grayson died. So you basically, when you killed Dick Grayson, you killed all those other Robins. And you killed all that potential. And that drove Jeff Johns crazy. In fact, Ben Affleck and Jeff Johns' original version of the Batman, there are different versions of the script where Dick Grayson is alive and Dick Grayson is dead. So, nobody really knew what was going on. In fact, the WB tours, when BVS was released, they got ahead of it because the studio said, you need to tell people the dead Robin in BVS is Jason Todd. And then Zack Snyder was annoyed because he says, no, I filmed scenes where it's supposed to be Dick Grayson. And, that was the dumbest thing that Snyder wanted to die for. I'm sorry it is. I've always hated it. I've never liked it. I'm never going to like it. And you can't change my mind. It was a dumb thing, stupid decision, and it really impacted and sent ripples throughout the DC films. We never got the Nightwing film. Chris McKay felt kind of screwed up. Ben Affleck never got his Batman movie done, which was all kinds of confusing because there's so many different drafts of it, which we'll talk about in the awesome Ben Affleck the Batman script movie thing that I'm working on. So that's going to be fun. Sometime this winter it'll happen. I'm doing it bit and pieces here and there, getting clips and things like that. So it's going to take time to build. But it was very dumb. People on Twitter and social media and general audiences all agree that basically killing Dick Grayson was stupid. It was a well-known character to general audiences, and they killed the character off screen in a pretty horrific way, according to Zach. It was a fight to the death between Dick Grayson and Joker, and Robin almost killed the Joker, only to hesitate, and then the Joker killed him and burned down Wayne Manor. That's at least the rumor, and what Zach says it went. So, but what I'm happy about is the restoration of Batman and Robin, and especially you can see, even though the pictures are lifted from something, this is essentially what Keaton's new Batsuit is going to look like. A combination of Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton's Batsuits into one. You can see that the suit is all black, of course, and then the utility belt is Affleck's kind of pouch utility belt. The bat symbol is a combination of the two Keaton bat symbols from Batman and Batman Returns. And, of course, Robin's suit is more traditional, less armored looking than we had for the Snyderverse. So it's not to say that it couldn't look different, but at least the one that's on that mural, they're showing that this is a different version of Batman and Robin. This is one that the public knows, they're aware of. They're literally on the freaking mural, whereas in Keaton's world, in his universe, there is really no images of Batman. Like, he's, I wouldn't say an urban legend, but he's not really photogenic, you know? So, yeah, that's basically what's going on with that. And, you know, I'm pretty happy about that, actually. I'm like, yeah, this is good. I like the direction that they're going, and I'm really rooting for Ludi Lin, but most likely they're going to go with another actor, but who knows? But anyway, now I want to hear from you guys. How do you feel about what is happening with the supposed Robin rumor casting for Batgirl? Are you on board with this? Are you still on the fence? Like, I don't know if I want to do this whole Batgirl thing. I still think it's not going to end up really good. I don't like the idea of Supergirl and Batgirl replacing Batman and Superman. But what if, let me just play devil's advocate, what if it's not what you're thinking it is? What if it's not the dynamic duo is Supergirl and Batgirl? What if the new dynamic duo is, say, Keaton, you know, kind of goes aside a little bit, does that Nick Fury thing? What if the new dynamic duo is Robin and Batgirl in Gotham? I think people would be a lot more okay with that than, say, Keaton as Batman just completely disappearing and Batgirl being solo. I think people would be on board with a Robin and Batgirl thing. I really think they would. I would. That would get me to be like, okay, yep, I'm sold. I'm good. As long as you do it right, I'm good. As long as you know, you explain that Keaton's been the Batman for a very long time and he's had his Robin, and we have the potential of getting a Nightwing film later on, I'm golden. I think it's good. But anyway, people, that's it. That's all for me. I will keep you guys updated about any stuff that happens, like if casting drops or things like that. I have my ear to the ground for anything Nightwing rumor-wise, movie-wise, so I'll let you know if I hear anything. But so far, nope. Nada. Only this stuff from 2021, so let's see what happens. I'm hopeful that maybe the DC Universe won't be so bad after all, but the Superman stuff, well, the Superman stuff's in big trouble, and I don't want to talk about that. So I'm just going to focus on the Batman stuff if you don't mind. All right, guys. That does it for this video. Keep it locked here for all things The Dark Knight in movies, TV, animation, video games, and occasionally comics. All right. Stay safe, everybody. God bless. Happy gaming. Be seeing you.